What is it that you can do? Can you stand up? And then with your left hand touch your right ear. You bend it. Do this. You bend. You must feel the strain. Yeah. And then again with your right hand you touch your left ear. We are trying to do some oxygen circulation. Okay, fine. Let's go back to our because not sit down. We are doing the same exercise, but now you are going to hold your breath for a minute. With your left hand, you touch your right ear. Breathe in. Some of us, I know, we don't know how to breathe in. You breathe in with your mouth, and then you breathe out with your nose. When you breathe in, your stomach should, yeah, you don't breathe in with your, yeah. Let's do that. Breathe in. Out. Some I've heard others they've already within 10 seconds. And then with our right hand, breathe in. You breathe in as you start the hand. Then you take your hand to you breathe in, you calculate. Just when I was about to know how I forgive you. Maybe it's COVID. It's the after effects of COVID. No, I forgive you. Don't worry. Now we can sit down. Okay, we are going to talk about mental health. We are going to talk about mental health, an issue that is affecting most of us. And unfortunately, most of us, we are not aware. Okay. I'll just give you a brief overview outline. The difference between mental health and mental illness. There's a thin gray area. You cannot tell if you are mentally healthy or mentally ill. There's a thin gray area between mental illness and mental health. Okay. What is mental health? I think it's a thin gray area. So when we say a person is mentally healthy and a person is mentally ill, what is the difference? Don't tell me about the results of mental illness. La say severe corner sekunama results umuntu sekahamba estradeni we are talking about mental illness and mental health. Like it. What is the difference?
I think from the definition, mental health is it's a state of well-being in terms of your can I say brain?
Can you say what?
Brain or mental capacity. The state of well-being of your mental functions or capacity.
Okay. The other one? Community. A mentally, whatever that I'm going to say about a mentally healthy person is going to be an opposite. Ne? That will be mental illness. A mentally healthy person, when we talk about mental health, we are talking, it simply means a person who is able to take care of the other person and love the other person. That is the simplest definition of mental health. You can go to your dictionary or whatever you Google. That is the simplest definition. If you are able to care, you are able to love, you are mentally healthy. Then if you are not able to do those two things, you are mentally ill. So, in simple form, what I'm saying, during our arguments, when the other one is able to tell the other partner to say, let's say you are arguing, then the other partner says, you know what, I don't love you anymore. Then you are mentally ill. Because your differences shouldn't make you to hate the other part. Ne? You are only having the differences, I need. Hey. That is why I said in the beginning there's a thin area between, which is gray area, we call it a gray area, which is mental health and mental illness. When we talk about mental health, we said it's a person who's able to love and care. The other thing is a person who is able to cope with everyday stressors. And a person who is able to carry out his or her daily living activities. Saying in Jeremiah definition I 3 were mental health. There are 3. And now we have a problem. Because of the community we live in and the background or childhood traumas we've been brought up from, we are prone to be mentally ill. You understand? We are prone to be mentally ill and we are not aware most of the time because the way the society is so ill, the abnormality becomes normal and the normal becomes abnormal. And we are just fine and comfortable with it. We have schizophrenia. We know schizophrenia. We have schizophrenia. We have bipolar. Bipolar people, they are very smart. Very smart. And most of them, they attain high marks. They are prominent people most of the time. They start to to experience the episodes of bipolar. Ne? There are 2 episodes, which is manic, ne? And the low mania. Ne? They are extreme. When they are happy, they become too happy. Ne? Everything of theirs. They are even extreme. And then when they are low, low, and then they become fine. And the other thing, what they do, the other symptom, they like bright colors. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the normal. When a bipolar will wear let's say it's a green skirt, orange shirt, and then the lipstick will not match whatever that she's wearing. And the man will have these bright ties, your orange with your pink shirt. The socks are light green. You see, you must know that one is defaulted. What defaulted with adherence. You remember we spoke about adhering to the treatment the other side. Then when she or he's like that, you must know that he has defaulted on treatment or she has defaulted. And the bunny hyperthyroidism most of the time. And how do you detect if you have hyperthyroidism? Your eyes will be like they are protruded, they protrude to the outside. It's like they are hanging. Like yes. So those people they suffer from hyperthyroidism. And then we have the most common one, which is schizophrenia. And mostly, unfortunately, they end up acting the same. Because a schizophrenia person who unama hallucinations, is hearing voices. It's because most of the time it's males. Yeah, you know why it's males? Because what we spoke, you don't talk. Yeah. So they hearing voices, and then they have this belief that it's that you cannot tell them anything. A schizophrenic will tell you, yes, 50,000 engibeke phansi komqamelo. 50,000 I never saw the 50,000. And his ideas, flight of ideas. You know, I'm thinking of opening this business, and then after this, then I will have. I need to buy this car. Their ideas, their ideas, flight of ideas that they don't connect. That is schizophrenic person. On those, I will just touch base. Now, I want us to go deep in us when we talk about mental health. We now know the definition for mental health. According to World Health Organization, that was 2012, they said by the year 2020, we are now in 2022. World Health Organization said in 2012, by the year 2020, depression will be killer disease number 1. It will overtake diabetes, overtake HIV. When last did you hear of a person dying of HIV? Because they take treatment like you take your hypertension, your whatever. So it's the same. No one dies of HIV now. Now, what happened in 2020? we were talking of COVID, but 99% of the people who died of COVID was the symptom that was there, but it was secondary to the stress of knowing that you are having COVID. And because of what we were told, if you have COVID, you're going to die. Then people, they panicked and then with fatal outcomes. Remember, if you panic and your sets are not balancing, there is nothing that they can do. So you know now we are in year 2 of 2020, I mean from 2020, which means depression is killer disease number 1 now. In any chronic condition, the condition that you have, which is chronic, you are taking medication of, yes, you might suffer from, but most of the time people are dying because of stress. They are not coping with whatever difficulty they are faced with. Remember, there's a change in roles, there's a change in functioning, so they are not able to cope. Meaning, now, besides this physical illness, there is now mental illness. We said mental illness is when you are not able to cope with stressors. You see now where it connects. Okay. Then I want us to go to Johari's window. Are we aware of Johari's window? Okay. We have Johari's window, which is a self-awareness window. We call it self-awareness window. We have 4 sides. It's a window, 4 sides. The other side is 4 squares. The first square is a side that is known to yourself, but not known to others. The second side is a side that is known to others, but not known to self. The other side is a side which is known to self and also known to others. The other side, it's an unknown side. Blind spot. It's a blind spot. So you don't know. I think somebody spoke, I think whether it's Brother Willie or Connor Ote, there are times when things happen, something, you will say something unconscious. Yeah, it's you, Brother Chima. Yeah. It's a side, that other side, it's a side that is not known to you, neither known to the other person. Then after things have happened, say, is it me who said that? Did I do that? Because you did that unconsciously. Why I'm bringing the Johari's windows? In our relationships, we often talk about pointing fingers to others. The next partner saying, when you argue, you know what? You don't know me. I will show you what you forget that there's a side that I know about you and you are not aware. So that is self-awareness. So what I want us to do now for 5 minutes, only 5. 5 minutes. You are going to talk to your spouse. I want us to concentrate on the blind spot so that you are aware of yourself. Though you know some things about yourself, but there are things that they are not. You hear as if somebody is calling you and there's nobody calling you. Or you see something passing. Oh, you're facing that way outside. And then you are busy talking and then you see shoop something and then there's nothing. That is when you have a chemical imbalance in your system, which are the serotonin levels that we were talking about. Most of the time, we say when you are depressed or you are in a depressive mood, your serotonin levels are low. And I think you gave the answer that the only way to boost is exercise. Actually, a person who exercises copes very best with stress. Now, this is the thing. How do you get to a depression state? You're having a stress, and you don't deal with the stress. Your system is made up in a way that you are only having 14 days. 14 days to deal with a problem. And if the 14 days passes without you being able to deal or without you coping with whatever problem you are facing, you are going to go through all those stages, which is your stress, anger, your denial, until you become depressed before you reach acceptance. Meaning that if you are stressed or there's something that is not good or something that is not working okay, make it a point that you deal with the condition within 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you get that in DSM before in the psychology. Within 2 weeks. Otherwise, you will start to have the symptoms. You'll start saying, hey, I need my me time. Now you want your me time, but you are married. You are now withdrawing yourself. You start sleeping a lot. Sleeping is fine, but not too much. A person, the sleeping hours, they varies with age. We know that between the age of 25 to 40, you sleep for 6 hours. And then 40, the hours are extended 8 hours. Then 50 to 55, we need about 8 to 10 to 60. 60, they drop again. Yes, that is why when you sleep more hours, your body becomes tired. A normal person, you cannot sleep for more than 8 hours. You just cannot. That is why even with pregnant women, we tell them, you can sleep for 8 hours at night. Though we need 10 hours, but during the day, you rest for 2 hours. During the day. But at night, you just cannot sleep for more than 8 hours. Then you are going to lack something somewhere in life. Because you are not doing the way the body wants to be treated. The body needs to be treated accordingly. It needs rest 8 hours, and then it works for certain hours, you rest for certain hours. So you cannot do it vice versa. Then your functionality will be disturbed. So I said you deal with the problem within 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If you start to experience these symptoms, I said sleeping lack of eating or binging. Some they present with binging, some they present with lack of eating. Some they have insomnia. Ne? Some they, okay, you know that when you wake up every day you need to eat your bath. Some they don't even bath. The lack of doing your normal daily activity, it's a sign of being depressed. Go and seek help. Because you being stressed, staying with me, you are also affecting me. Because you are going to be irritable. A person who is depressed is irritable. Because it's like I know what is happening and I need to understand your situation now. And you are not talking. How should I understand when you don't vent? You understand? So you need to speak. If you cannot vent in, then get someone. We have ama resources. Go for professional help. I was speaking to men that side. Men, they don't want to go for professional help. Abayithandi psychotherapy. And it kills us as women. Because there's this side that we know. If you can do this, I know you are capable, you will be fine. Because I have assessed you, I've been with you, I know what can help you, I've been with you for some time. But because it comes from me as a woman, you are not taking it. Because you see that exercise as degrading yourself. What did you say that side? Talking your issues to another person, like you are not able to handle your problems. Yeah, it's we are human. Yeah. You are affecting us. And then the last part, we go to forgiveness. Forgiveness, the most sensitive topic. Okay, again it's 10. I get manje siyaxoxa. Siphi 10 minutes siyaxoxa manje. Men, tell us, why is it difficult for you to forgive us when we have done wrong? I need 2 hands. Why? Prawil, no, no, you are targeted. You are targeted by me. Why?
Oh, you keep I have forgiven 39 times 39.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've never been wronged in the one part where you don't forgive.
Okay.
I have never been wronged by being cheated. I've never dealt with where the woman is wrong as to a moral issue.
Yes.
Because in the end, that's the one that really doesn't get forgiven.
Yes. No, I hear you.
Okay. That's where I wanted to go. I have discovered that in fact, I'm representing other men. Okay. We can forgive. We are good for. We forgive. But maybe when it comes to that part, that's where maybe we are a bit selfish. Like when we go astray, they forgive us. But when they go astray, we find it hard to forgive them. Maybe that's the part. I don't know how we but on other issues, I think we forgive more than them. More than them.
You know why you say you forgive? It's because maybe, with us women, we tend to repeat things. If you have wronged me with A, then tomorrow you do B. when I tackle B, I add A. Yeah, it's us. Yeah. That is us. That's you cannot. That is us. We just want to outline and show you good, but
It's a trend.
why repeated offense? You see, but now, Brawili touched on something. He says he has never been cheated on. That is why he doesn't have experience of that. And I want to ask, please allow me to ask Uti, is it fair? Is it fair for ladies, those that they will go, as you say, they will go astray, and you as a partner, the man, you initiated and they forgave you. Now when it's her, then you don't forgive.
See. Even the language he uses is a language to protect man. If they stray.
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
the language has been codified in such a way that it defends the man all the time. But let me suggest something deeper though, because even Jesus says the only way you could act in separation is in conditions of adultery.
Yeah.
Which seeks to suggest that the only thing that really separates a union of marriage is adultery.
Yes.
See, I also, and this is really Tabe speaking now.
Yeah.
No. Here's the problem. Do these women really forgive? Yeah. Follow me. If you forgive truly in anything, you see, my nephew just irritated. My nephew's son irritated. I almost hanged him. I don't hang him anymore. But the point is, no, that guy did something wrong. Okay. Now, when he goes to my house, I will lock everything that he might tamper with that I think is offensive. Which is to suggest I haven't forgiven the family. Because if I had forgotten him, I should put the cell phones where I put them and all of the things because he will tamper with them. Now, the women forgive you because they don't react in a manner that terminates the marriage, but they have it somewhere in their archive. It's sitting very pretty. So don't so forgiving is not as easy as you say. That's why agencies, remember.
Ladies, I said you need to. Are we putting things on archives?
Let me take some water.
Let's be. Huh?
That's what you say. Everybody, then you start.
ABC. Can't miss that one.
Okay, I want to answer the question. It doesn't really mean that we don't forgive you, but our minds were created to remember whether good things or bad things. That is why when we go back to the Bible, Joseph, when his brothers did something wrong to him, he did forgive them, but always he was reminding them. It doesn't necessarily mean that he did not forgive them. Above all, that they try to avoid doing bad things so that tomorrow, when I iron your t-shirt and you tell me that it's not good, I will say go and let Chipo iron because you once cheated me with Chipo. So that later, sometimes you avoid those things so that my mind was created to remember good and bad things. I can't rub it off in my mind, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't forgiven you. But by reminding you that go and let Chipo iron, it doesn't mean that I did not forgive you.
You have a lot of my respect, but I don't buy it. The Bible says when God forgives you, He forgets it. He treats you like you didn't do it before. When you remind me about Chipo, it sits somewhere in your system.
Yes.
Because if you had forgiven, you should have by now forgotten it because it happened 10 years ago.
I hear what you're saying, Mr. Wick. But now, remember, we always say, even with your child, we always say, do not do a thing that will make me remind me of what you have done before. You can do the other offenses. But don't be a
Perpetual offense.
exactly who repeats the same thing. Because now, by you so doing, you are reinforcing the thing. That's the difference. You are reinforcing.
Forgiveness is a godly act. It is to learn to forget what happened before, or to act in a manner that doesn't remind the other party that, by the way, be careful, I remember.
But I'm happy because you did say it's not easy. You did say it's not easy.
You forgive your children better than forgive your husband.
Yeah, they forget.
I can.
The forgetting part, I'm not sure. But we should actually broadly look at forgiveness. Because it's not one way, it's two way. Because what is the role of the forgiven? And what is the role of the forgiven? Now, you may remember that, but when we begin to reference to it, we can reference it in another atmosphere, which is not even temperamental. We can even discuss about children. Because we have dealt with the issue. It is over. I'm not even afraid for you to touch on that issue. And she can touch on it because she really knows that we are forgiven each other. So there are several steps that we must take before we declare the matter forgiven. It's just not an issue that, okay, I've forgiven you. You also have to follow with your character to really prove that I've been forgiven. And I was sorry. After all, there's no need to forgive you when you are not sorry. Because repeating the same mistake means you are not sorry.
Okay. They said, okay. I want us to understand one thing before I think it's cutting that aspect. We need to understand that forgiveness, you did say, it's a godly act. Now, when you forgive a person, that person has done something which is wrong and it's sin. And then we say, sin is irrational. Do you understand? Sin is irrational. Now the problem with us, because of the mental illness due to socialization, the way we were raised, the way we are socialized, we were raised or were socialized in such a way that we degrade ourselves to the level of sin. Always when a person has done something, you want to understand, okay, I hear you say, but why did you do that? Once you reach that stage of wanting to understand why, you are leveling yourself, you are degrading yourself to the level of sin. Because now you want to understand the sin. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Do you get my point? Because once you start to question, why did you sin? Then you want to reason together with sin. Do you understand my point? When you say it's a godly act, when a person says, I have done this wrong, and she or he admits, then you discuss about the issue. You just forgive. There's no need for you to try and understand what, why, when, all the details. Yes, because by so doing, remember, that is why there's this saying, sometimes there are things that you don't need to ask. Ne? Because you value the relationship more than what has happened. You understand? Even if it's your friend, when you look at your relationship with your friend, you say, you check who is saying this. But the value of the relationship between me and my friend, is this going to help? Then you reach and say, no, there's no need for me to ask. You understand? That is how sin is. You cannot reason together with sin and try to understand sin. Because sin is irrational. Okay,
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say we need to forgive each other. He's the one who initiated this forgiveness things. He forgave us. But that God forgive and forgets, I disagree with that statement. let me tell you, God, when they say God forgets, it's not in the sense that God really forgets, but is in this thing when He forgives you, He doesn't come back to you and remind you. But your sin is somewhere. I need to give the sanctuary message. You know the sanctuary message. I need to sort say again of sanctuary. Once yaona umprisi uzongena lapha yana akhiphe gota zazi bese ziyatransportwa to where it belongs. So when He forgave us, our sins have been taken away from us. They are somewhere. You see, so because when you sin doesn't just disappear. And there's a process. They will end up with the Uber Satan, and it is the one who initiated all these things. So, what we have to do, we can't forget, we forgive, but we can't forget. Ngishayongo scars. Ngimkhiphiziyo, angithi alisekho angithi. Bese siyafolelana angithi. But 10 years to come, I will still see the gap. She will see the gap with no, izinyo lami alikho lana. And yephi ulo wakhipha. And bekumnandi nayo besishaya. We can't erase that memory ikhona, but otherwise we need to control ourselves with angasayi reference in a bad way. Ukuthi uyabona mina mangilala ebusuku ngicabanga izinyo lami. Ungasabi that way. So the thing is we need to forgive. But as humans we can't forgive, but let's try not to bring them back in a way that they will cause more problems again to us.
It's outside the subject in time, but my brother is muddling up a few different things. Every sin that is performed has consequences.
Yeah.
That's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
His new Pumile is a consequence of a fault that was existing for whatever reason.
Yeah.
The same way, those were forgiven by God, but we carry their burden to this day.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve were forgiven by God. When He slaughtered that, the Bible says He was forgiving.
Yes.
And He never treated them like they were less than out of that. Forgiveness, is that I like those old English saying, to err is human, to forgive is divine. You can't forgive without the assistance of God making you forgive.
Yeah.
But let me make something that I struggle with. What you said that I struggle a hell of that. Here's the problem. I hate anyone who does anything who can't explain why they did it. Partly because I'm a Tabe, you got to think what you did. Because, by the way, God did this, so I'm trying to be rational anything. God says to Adam, did you by chance eat this stuff? He says, yeah. Who told you were naked? What's God doing? He makes them go through the process of what his state of mind was when he did what he did. I did that with my kids, I'll do it with you, I'll do it with anybody. Just tell me why you did it. Because if there's no rationale, say there's no rationale. Then I know you're such an idiot, but that's okay. The point I'm making is, I went to talk to a brother in our church. Then he says this, he impregnates a young girl. Then he says, one thing led to another. I lost my cool. The brother is saying, brother, tell me, brother, don't play games. I really enjoy sitting with the wife and typing my sermons. I really love that. To sit here to have one thing led to another. Firstly, nobody has sex without planning. If it's not your wife, you planned the place, you thought the date, there's a lot of thought you went through. I would just want to hear you admit, because why should we forgive it when you not go through the steps you went through yourself? Because when you're doing that, then you are being a liar. You like being conveniently forgiven, but you're not feeling sorry. Because if you're feeling sorry, then you got to walk through the path you walked in the first place. So I battle slightly with these rationale. I battle slightly. Because, brethren, if we forgive and then we remember, we haven't forgiven. Because there are some angers inside of us that arise precisely because of that. So we will never tell, is the thing that 64 is then and I'm trying to, we can't tell.
That's true. Yeah, inkosi. Asisakhuluma late ne. Isikhathi sesiphelile. Mari ngivalele ngicela ukuthatha one the last one.
I was saying, let's not. We have a lot of time during the gala dinner.
Yeah.
Questions, just throw your questions and they will attend to them. So that one is so abambelela lapha e-kitchen futhi.
Okay, no,
We can
thank
attend
you.
to it, we can attend to
Oh, yeah. The last 10.
Oh no, I was saying it may not help us not to commit sins that will tempt our partners
Yeah.
in this context of this gathering. If you read 1 Corinthians 13, which talks of
Yeah.
this sin that God says, Paul says,
4 to 5.
don't you know that all other sins that we commit outside of our bodies? But this sin of adultery, may God help us not to indulge in it. Because you are committing
Against yourself.
against yourself.
Yes.
And your partner will find it very difficult to forgive such a sin.
Yeah. 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 No, actually, maybe later we'll go deeper on it because engaging in sexual activity with the other party, it involves spirits.
Yes.
It involves spirits. That we need to understand. So if you go back to your house being from the other part, you are now 3 in the same. We need to know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much. In the interest of time, we should also understand that because we are behind time.